Today, on the behalf of management, Brookfield International School, my staff, parent, and student, I would like to welcome Karen, Miss Earth 2017, and she was there in two sessions, but because of some prior commitment, she is not able to join, but she was there in first two sessions. So thanks to Karen from management of Brookfield International School and the staff and the parents as well as students. She joined us from Philippines. Fine, Karen. And I would like to welcome Mano Singla sir. He's a president Brookfield International School, and this is his vision. That's how we are connected from different parts of the world for today's session. So thank you very much, sir, for giving us the opportunity to be a part of this webinar. And Rajiv Srivastava, my friend, guide, and philosopher, and the co-host, and he is environmental and climate activist, and he has worked in best schools of India, Assam Valley School and IPSC School, where he was a principal for a longer period of time. Now he is there with the Jaipuria School, and he has been widely traveled, near about more than 30 countries, and country coordinator of ENO Finland, India, ex-president act now, and director social project Glimmerand Entertainment Private Limited. So he is doing a lot of things in the field of environment since 2000. And Ronnie is there. He's a founder. He's there from Taiwan, and founder of Nature Education Society of Taiwan and NEST, and he joined us from Taiwan. As you can see on your screen, demonstrated excellence engaging the general public and various stakeholders around common cause while tactfully navigating cultural differences. Completed bachelor degree in life sciences and studies and master in sociobiology. Being part of environmental organization like Greenpeace and WWF from junior high school, an ambassador and supporter of sustainable development and circular economy, currently working at life science teacher and science advisor in Taiwan. Welcome, Roni. And now Pavni, she is joining. She was there in the first session. Second session, she has given exam. She is in Suri. She is studying. She is joining shortly. And now Ayushi Dholakia, Miss Teen International. She has joined us from Vadodara. And Miss Teen International 2019 is the first Asian and Indian to have won this title in 27 years. This year, she has also won the title of Miss Teen India 2019. So welcome, Ayushi. And Vriddhi Jain, as you can see on your screen, she's Miss Teen Universe Asia, and she joined us from Delhi. And Devika Vad, she's also from Delhi, Miss Earth 2018, Miss Earth India 2018. She is there from Delhi. She was there with us in second session. Now she will be with us within a short period of time. Sangeeta ma'am is there. She is a very good friend of mine. We have worked together in Guwahati and NPS International School, where only CBSE High School when CBSE started. So CBSE started 52 pilot project in India, and our school was the one. And she was heading that. Now she is heading the Z-Learn. So welcome you, ma'am. Nice to see you after a long time. And she is the academic consultant. She was a headmistress and academic trainer with more than 15 years of rich experience in education sector. And Reshma and Shah ma'am from Guwahati, and ma'am, she has taken a pre-primary session two times for one time for LKG and UKG, and one she has taken for nursery and pre-nursery. So welcome you all on the welcome to you all in the World Environmental Webinar. And I won't take much time. Uh, I'll ask Rajiv to start the session, please. Now over to you, Rajiv.
Okay, JK Devika is in, so just unmute her.
Yeah, please. I'm doing it.
Okay, so we have only Pawni to go and she'll join in. Okay,
Yeah,
welcome
yeah.
to this seminar today, the online seminar. We had two beautiful sessions in the morning, in the afternoon, and we had some very serious engagement with students. In fact, the most serious engagement was with the smallest students. And we'll share the question that one kid asked. It was a very curious question. हम रोटी कब खाते हैं या क्या खाते हैं? Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
हम रोटी
So,
किसके साथ हम
किसके
रोटी
साथ
किसके
खाते हैं?
साथ खाते हैं?
But that was a very
Yeah, that
philosophical
was
question. You
about.
see, I was thinking about it later on in whatever moods he asked. But exactly, that's a very fundamental question. क्यों खाते हैं, कैसे खाते हैं, किसके साथ खाते हैं? But anyway, we'll talk about later. I would like to start with Reshma ma'am because she is social linguist and educationist and author, and I'm told that she connects with parent very well. So, ma'am, can you start with session, especially because this session where there is very small kids who basically will be interacting with parents. We would like to impress on parents how they should involve their little kids as they grow up into things that impact life directly. First of all, if you have any of your experiences to share, please do so with us. And I hope you will help us connect with parents in today's session. Reshma, ma'am.
I hope I'm audible.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, so first of all, thank you so much for inviting me for the session today. For us also, no matter how experienced we are, to attend this with so many youngsters and they are already stars in their own right. So that itself is a big inspiration for us as well as for the generations to come. So heartiest congratulations to all the young warriors for saving planet Earth. Regarding the session today, I think the first thing that we need to, impress upon young minds is to care for their surroundings. क्योंकि क्या होता है, because kids usually get the message from the adults around them. So since I work in the field of early education, it is up to us as adults or as young adults to inculcate habits in them by example that is going to make them aware and also care for their environment. Years ago, this is a slightly different context. Many years ago, I was asked to design an online campaign for an international organization against child labor. So at that time, the concept of online campaign was not catching on at all. This was in the late 90s. So till that time, people were still working with CDs. So this whole web connectivity explosion had not yet happened. And we were wondering how to get people to campaign online, to come to the site online and to support our cause. I think all the environmentalists here would agree that getting people to support and to believe in our cause is one of the biggest challenges we are facing. So at that time, we decided that we have to get them to commit to an action. We must make them commit to an action, and that commitment at that time was a virtual pledge. So we had this button on the screen, which was actually almost like a virtual pledge button. Nobody was legally bound to be committed to it, but we got a very good response because those who saw our presentation about the issue, they actually came there and they pledged. The next step that we realized was that, and I think it is pertinent even now, कि सिर्फ commit करने से नहीं होगा, खुद करना पड़ेगा. In small things. You know, if the child is having a bubble gum, तो wrapper कहाँ फेंकेगा? If the aunt has got a gift, chips का packet ला दिया, तो where is he going to dispose the chips packet? Very small things, very little things. You know, in the beginning, I will just share one experience. In the 80s, I had traveled to the UK, and there we were traveling by car from London to Sheffield, and we were having ice cream. And our aunt told us that, you know, there is this packet in the car. Don't throw your wrappers, ice cream wrappers on the road. Please, after you finish, there's tissue and there's a packet. Please put it in the packet. When we go home, we will dispose it. So little things like that, I think, are going to catch up in India as well. Children will have to be taught that disposal is your responsibility as well, not just consuming something. And we have definitely very good examples. And I was so impressed with the presentation that I saw about the target that you have for the number of trees to be planted. That is a wonderful thing to do. I think as gifts, we should, instead of thinking of giving electronic gadgets or things which really do not add much value, we should think of different kinds of gifts when we give to children. Make that day memorable. And why should people be environmentally conscious only on June 5th? Why not 365 and 366 days of the year? And the children of the school are young, their minds are still very moldable. This is a great opportunity, and we have got a wonderful team. So this is what I have to say, and thank you so much for listening. And over to you, Mr. Rajiv Srivastava.
Thank you, Reshma ma'am. That is, I mean, you put it as best as anybody else could have done. I don't know. That was very simple, very understandable, and very practical. Thank you so much. I hope to get back to you later in the discussions. So now I'll turn to Ronnie. He was there in the first session. He is a teacher himself. He's a biologist. He does a lot of work on the environment and he engages a lot. And I always see his Facebook post. He's trying to do something innovative with the students. I remember he started, what was that, Ronnie? Getting a crowd through a Facebook invite or something to raise awareness about environment. I'm not getting the name exactly, but he started that. So Ronnie, welcome again. And you're also my co-host, but you haven't got to be here for a long time. So please, once more, share your experience. Also, I would like you to share the environment in Taiwan, how consciousness is very much in the roots of Taiwanese culture, because I've been there and I know that. And how even all your buildings are supposed to be compulsory green buildings, isn't it? So enlighten us a bit about your culture over there. And obviously, you know India very well already. You are a resident of India. So just go on.
So I'm kind of so happy to be part of this, the webinar, because it's a cool idea, especially during the lockdown. And I just want to say, like, kudos to all the members of this team, because sometimes when the ideas come, it's so hard to implement. So first of all, say thanks to all of you, especially to Raju, the schools, and everyone. And someone also want to say like hi to you guys. So just a hi from him. Okay. And just want to tell you, like, what we do in Taiwan, mostly we concentrate on the elementary education or kindergarten. Those are the ages we can actually make the kids to really get into the environment and sustainable development. So I work closely with the kids, mainly on the project phase 1, and I try to listen to them and what they want, and then try to argue with them, and then just brainstorm them, and then get an idea and work with them. Some of the time they would give a great idea, but they don't know how to implement it. So we just need to figure out a way how we can implement. So, like you said, we did a flash mob, and he goes to train station with my students, and we will do kind of funny dance or some funny action. We get everyone's attention, and then we give everyone one packet of seeds, and we make them to pledge something, and we ask, we gave them some kind of educational way to teach them how to, sort plastic waste and so on. And the kids find so interest in it, and they really take it seriously. And we do a lot of projects with the kids, and so we have an ongoing organic farmers group where almost like 8 years, me and my students, we went to a farm. We asked the uncle for permission to rent a piece of land. So 8 years ago when we started, it was just us, few students, and we started a small area, like 5 cents of the land. But now there are kind of like 70 people are in that group farming. There's a huge amount of people involved with. So we start to feel happy. And what is the difference when you look at India and Taiwan? What I found that Taiwan, we lost a lot of wildlife. So we know what we lost. So we started to put more effort into it. So there are certain kind of laws like the government has, and we want to follow through it. So they now actually they're pushing more now to like ecotourism, because in Taiwan a lot of tourists comes. So we're promoting the idea of ecotourism and putting bans on straws, all these things. And maybe plastic use is a big problem in Taiwan. Recycling is a great thing here, but still the usage of plastic is also one of the biggest worries here. So we're trying to educate the younger kids to use, you reuse most things. But still, it is a problem here, I tell you the truth. But you can see a lot of good things. Like if you want to build a new building, they must have a lot of like have a LED light, and you must have like a light position room, and they put a lot of nice kind of rules here, and it's really nice. Sometimes you think it's easy. Actually, it's easy to implement it, but it's about the leaders to make it efficient. We needed it, and they put bicycles. Bicycle stands are everywhere, and for 30 minutes is free. So anyone can take a bicycle, and you can bike anywhere. It's just 30 minutes free. And also, we try to promote people to take more public transport. So 8 kilometers, if you take a bus, is free. So there are certain ways that promote people to take public transport and use bike system. And I think these ideas, we can learn from them, and we can implement it in different places in our own way. It won't be work exactly the same like in Taiwan, but we need to see how it's feasible in our local area. And the new idea of here is like we try to think locally, and then we can act globally. And the idea of promoting, the sustainable development and the circular economy, and also to promote how we can have a green technology. So these are the things is the main hot topic of discussion here in Taiwan. So, but we lost a lot actually compared to biodiversity. We don't have that much compared to India. So we know what we need to do now. But in India, is worried that we take things for granted. So we need to work on the younger generation, our young kids like kindergarten or elementary school. We need to start educating from there. So now that recently everyone talking about the COVID-19, Taiwan is a role model because we didn't have lockdown, we didn't know issues here. The main thing I figured out, because we put a lot of effort on the elementary school education, they knew exactly what to do, the protocol and SOP when they get sick, So they knew it. So I used to say, you don't need to teach the kids here about social distancing because they knew the protocol very well, and they will tell you. So it's about spending or investing more money and time on the younger kids, like kindergarten or junior elementary school. One of my friends told me, Ronnie, if you want to know what will be Taiwan after 10 or 20 years, you much better to go and ask a teacher from a kindergarten or from an elementary school. She will tell you what will be Taiwan after 20 years. And I do really believe that we need to invest more on those kids from kindergarten to elementary high school, and we need to help them to understand the importance of sustainable development. And we need to listen to them because as educators like me, sometimes I preach a lot and we forget to listen to the kids and to understand what he or she really wants. And I think as an educator, we need to be an advisor or mentor, and we're allowed to inspire from each other, learn from each other, and this kind of webinar is a great place where we can understand our friends and we learn from each other. So, can you hear me now? Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, so it's a great. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask me, and we'll try to answer as much as I can. So thanks a lot again.
Okay. Thank you, Ronnie. Your voice was little patchy, but I hope it was audible to others. We will come to question answer session little later. Just
Okay.
drawing on two things. One from your whatever you said just now, and one drawing from Reshma ma'am, some of the words from her address. It is part of our how we build culture into our students. They follow the adults basically. In Taiwan, one thing I noticed when I was there, and even in other countries like Argentina, uh, I saw in schools, in daily school routines, the students would be cleaning, washing, picking up litter, picking up garbage, and they do it rather well. This job is basically left to cleaners and sweepers in our schools. And if this is also, I'm addressing the parents. If as a principal, as a tutor, I try to do it in my school, I'll be bombarded with parents. They will not take it very lightly, which is very unfortunate because this is the culture that must come in every individual. Because there must be little kids, I don't want to use the word, they must be responsible for their own shit. You carry it if you do it. So this culture has to be built into these students. We cannot do it without active involvement of parents, adults, because everyone has a kid, and if you nurture it when they are young, they will continue in their life span. So thank you, Ronnie.
Can I
It was
get
great.
back to one thing? Can I get back to one thing?
Yeah.
Okay, because what you said is a great point. Because all the kids from like a kindergarten to elementary school, they need to do the recycling. They separate the waste at the lunchtime. So they do it very well. So when they come to the real life, they do recycle and they separate the waste very well. And actually, they will tell you more information than others. So what you said is right. We need to change these younger kids, and they will follow it very well. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Ronnie, once again. I would now invite Devika. She's there waiting. Devika, can you hear me? Please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Yeah. Welcome back again. And Devika is Miss Earth 2018, just for the benefit of audience. She is a great speaker. She is a great motivator also, and she is much into the environment. She has been attending almost all our programs. And I know that if she had another engagement, and if I ask her, there is a program environment, she will immediately say no to the other one and join this one. So thank you very much.
Absolutely, sir.
You are very interactive and inspiring in the morning session. Can I ask you one thing? Can you repeat whatever you said in the morning session for the benefit of a new audience? How
Okay.
it feels to be Miss Earth India, it carries a lot of responsibility. It also imposes certain restrictions on you. And
Exactly.
as we talk about lifestyle changes post Corona, what are the lessons that we can take from this experience and how we can impress upon our student, younger generation to be more actively involved? Please.
Thank you, sir. First of all, good evening, good afternoon to all of you, to each one of you, and happy Environment Day, World Environment Day to everybody out there. Maybe a quarantine one, but hopefully a safe one to each one of you. First of all, sir, since it is an Environment Day, and I have to specify that Environment Day is just not one particular day you can just take out of a calendar and you just formulate all the policies, because I believe every day we have to do something to keep it to make it a better place to live in, to make our environment a better place, so that our next generation is not going to blame us for all the hazardous things that we're going to leave it to the environment. I believe every step taken right now will be fruitful for the generation to come in, because earlier when we were young, I am pretty sure that we were okay. There were aware. There was a lot of awareness, but what we see in today's era, in today's children, they are much more aware, and they're taking necessary steps. And because I would also like to congratulate and thank each parent out there, because they are also taking active participation, and the upbringing is such wherein people and the children are already aware that they have to be they have to become a responsible citizen. This was about the Environment Day, and I would also like to add the Corona. I mean, this is something which we have never faced. I mean, our generation or your generation, sir, we have never faced a situation like Corona wherein we are stuck. We are totally, it is more of like we're caged. We're caged like animals. But it is for our own benefit, because we have done so much. I would not say that each one of us has done bad to the nature, but I think it was that we have reached that saturation point that it was mandatory, that this was more of like a necessary action, so that we could realize our duties, we could realize our own mistakes, and we can amend ourselves in such a way wherein we can take precautions as well as make our world a better place to live in. I feel that I'll be a very changed person in a post-corona period. I was, yes, like I said, we were discussing yesterday that about the shopping experience. We used to shop unnecessary goods, unnecessary items, unnecessary clothing, unnecessary accessories, which we were not required to, just because maybe some people buy it for occasions, some people buy it just because they got a new friends, or they got their this month's salary. So this was not required, because we have to understand that there is a thin line between a necessity or a luxury, and we should always believe we have to strike that absolute clear balance, so that basic doesn't become luxury again in our lives. Today, basic is luxury. Going out with friends is luxury. Having a coffee with your mother is luxury. So we should take proper action, so that we never ever face a situation, or future generation never ever face a situation when basic becomes luxury. And my motto is going to be such wherein I will be a very diligent shopper. I will not spend unnecessary. I will make sure that people around me are careful when they buy. People around me believe in reusing stuff rather than just using it once and throwing it away, because small action will lead us to a place which we all would be proud of. And I think this is the motto of any Environment Day, because if we can even amend ourselves even slightly, and we can bring a big change to our society, sir. Small changes can definitely lead us to a better place.
Thank you, Devika.
Yes,
Very
sir.
inspiring thoughts. JK sir, are you in? Okay, now I'll move on to our teen beauty queen, Vriddhi. She is Miss Teen Universe Asia. She won the title last year in Mexico. She is a very good speaker again, and since young age, she has also been involved into many of the things that impact society. So I welcome Vriddhi again. Vriddhi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So now please just elaborate a little bit once more your experience with whatever events you have attended, your experience with environmental experiments, and your take for students and parents who are in this session.
Okay. Good afternoon to everybody, all the parents and all the teachers and students present here. And I would like to wish a very happy World Environment Day to each and everybody. I would like to start by saying the quote that I also mentioned in the first workshop we had, that when we move our focus from competition to contribution, our life becomes a celebration. And this is something that I take as a motto of my life, and I would like to tell each one of you that we all should follow. Continuing to what Devika Di said, that it's high time that we have to take changes and bring changes in our daily lives. And I feel that children, like children from small age, it is very important to inculcate small habits in them, so that they become a better future for our country. So hi to all the kids out there, I would like to tell you few small steps that you can follow, and make this world a better place to live in. For example, it's like while you guys are like brushing your teeth, it's a very small thing, but we all can follow, and all the parents can tell their children that while you're brushing your teeth, you can switch off the tap, so that we conserve water. Then our parents or teachers in school, we should tell our children how to do water saver gardening. In that way, it's like it is a way in which we teach them how to do gardening, but how to save water through them. Then we should always switch off the lights whenever they're not in use or the room is empty. Now, talking about the time, like it's really hot right now, so we should use the AC and everything on a very legitimate temperature, and we should switch it off once it is not in use, because these are the small steps that we can take and make huge difference. For example, if our AC is on, so we can make sure that we keep our doors or windows closed, so that the air doesn't go out and we don't have to use much electricity to work the air conditioner fine. Then small things that we can do is that we can start from our kitchen. When our parents or our mother, they're cooking, and while they cook the vegetables, we pick the peels, and we can segregate them from all kinds of waste, from the biodegradable and non biodegradable degradable waste. And these are the small ways, I guess, that everybody and each and everybody should follow, because as I told, that we all are the future, and if we don't do it, then who will? Just because the later, like the old generation, they didn't take care, and now we're facing issues like global warming, and on top of that, COVID-19. So I believe that we should follow sustainable development, which is nothing but taking care of the resources and using them in such a way that it is helpful for other generations to use them when it comes. Thank you.
Thank you, Vriddhi. Thank you so much. And now I'll move on to Sangeeta ma'am. You are an educator, and I don't have to tell about what kind of experience you have had in your life. Please share some of it for the parents and very small kids that they have with them. Something they can take home and follow in their lives.
Okay, so I would like to introduce myself. I am Sangeeta and I am from Assam, which is a land of rich in flora and fauna. And I have been a trainer and in different in the corporate sector. So basically, I am dealing with teachers and the elder group of people in the school level. However, like all of you all have said so much about the environment, and right now what we are going through is itself a lesson for us that it's high time we take care of the environment, or we are going to perish. No other way out. So it's time we take care of the environment. And what I feel is that like Riddhi has already said, sorry, Devika has said, a single day is not enough to take care of the environment. It should be a habit. It should be something which needs to be inculcated in the young minds, right, right from this age group to which they belong. And little things which will make a big difference, I think, is making them aware how to take care of the environment in the correct way. We all know about the use of plastic, that we should not use plastic, we should plant more trees. But just by saying or by making on the occasion of Environment Day, making a poster or a poster competition, do you think that's enough for us? That's where our thing ends? I don't think so, because like we need to do something hands-on. Like we need to develop a habit which will actually go a long way in creating that kind of environment which is conducible for everyone to live, to survive. So little things we can plan out for the kids. What I'm practically doing, what that I would like to share is, like, on the occasion of on a special occasion, maybe a birthday or a anniversary, instead of giving a return gift, we follow the culture of giving return gift. So we can give saplings to the kids which they can take care of, which is, in fact, we have been doing this, and the kids are really taking care of the plant till they grow. So these kind of small things will really help, I think, in creating that awareness and actually giving a hands-on experience to the child itself. And moreover, there are other things also which they should be knowing. It's not like they do it for once. It has to be reinforced in them. So I don't know much to talk about the things, but yes, we have to take care of the environment, and creating awareness and we should start it with the young children right now. And it's a challenge, I know, and we all can together overcome this challenge and have a better environment for everyone. So I would like to thank um, uh, especially J.K. Singh sir for giving me this opportunity to be amidst such lovely people, and feeling really happy to be here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sangeeta ma'am. Thank you very much. Because you're quite right that just celebrating a day or doing a few things around is not going to help. The habits have to be inculcated into our daily lives, and they have to be carried on it like a daily practice. So thank you so much once again. JK sir. JK sir, can you hear me? JK sir? He's a very busy person.
Yes. No. I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since this morning, I've been asking questions, pulling all panelists into discussions. Now it is your turn. You can't be just sitting and comparing programs. So I need to hear from you whatever views you have. I mean, we have worked together a lot, and you always ready to do anything that relates to environment at a short notice, at any point of time, any day. So let us hear something from you.
Thank you very much, Raj.
These are your parents. We can only talk to them, but you can enforce upon them also, and we will help you.
Oh, thank you very much, Rajiv. You know, like we met long time back, I think 2000. So this is almost 20 years back.
Yeah.
When we started in Assam Valley. Assam Valley में जो है पेरेंट्स को ये बताना चाहूंगा मैं कि वहाँ पे शायद ही कोई ऐसी वैरायटी होगी जो हमने लगाई ना होगी या हमारे बच्चों ने लगाई नहीं होगी. एंड नाउ वो सारे के सारे पेड़ बड़े हैं. ये हिंदुस्तान का एकमात्र स्कूल है जो 95 हेक्टेयर्स में फैला हुआ है एंड वेरी वेल मैनेज. So like, and our students, they are there on all 5 continents. So something, you know, when you have done something with the student and the student, they were also very happy. So since then, what I have seen, you know, if you are with the children, most of the students, you know, they have planted and they have gone, and once they were back, so they were so happy to see those trees, you know, after 15 years, after 10 years. Now they are doing business. Now they are doing some jobs, and they are in every part of the world. So this already started 20 years back, and wherever I have been a principal, so I used to tell my student, you know, because my subject is geography, bhugol, duniya gol hai. So I'm already close to the nature, and apart from my teaching to my student, I used to tell them, you know, how can you make a difference? One tree make a big difference in anybody's life in terms of oxygen, in terms of wood, in terms of whatever other things we get, fruits and other things. So if you see, Rajiv, I'll tell you about the COVID-19. If you see the COVID-19 from geography point of view, and all the scientists, geographer, and everybody was worried about ozone layer. And 2 months lockdown, everything is fine. And this is only because of the COVID-19. There was no one on the road. This blue sky, which I just now I can see from my office, you know, I have seen in Shillong or Assam. Otherwise, you know, everywhere the sky was having different colors. The birds and you know, like Vidhi and Devika and everybody was talking about the birds and environment. So something I see the positive side, and from our fraternity, if we talk about our fraternity, so all teachers are computer literate. So from a climate point of view, these last now more than 76 days are there, COVID-19. Lot of changes, not here, all over the world, in terms of climate, in terms of pollution, in terms of your water, maybe the river water, maybe any kind of, there is no pollution at all. No pollution. You talk about what? And so what I feel, you know, if you are going to inculcate, what was the reason? जो ये वेबिनार कराने का रीजन था, तो मेरा आपसे भी डिस्कशन हुआ. तो एंड ऑफ द डे हमने क्या सोचा कि अगर हमारे पेरेंट, जो हमारे प्री प्राइमरी के पेरेंट हैं, वो ये सब बातें सुनेंगे, और इनमें से अगर एक बच्चा भी डिफरेंस करेगा, तो दैट मेक्स अ डिफरेंस. जिंदगी में थोड़ा सा यही सीखा है, यही पता चला है कि अगर आप पूरी दुनिया को अपनी बात अपने जैसा बनाना चाहो, नहीं होगा. एक व्यक्ति को अगर आपने जिंदगी में अच्छा बना दिया, सो यू हैव डन योर जॉब. सो अगर आपने एक बच्चे को टुवर्ड्स द एनवायरनमेंट कर दिया, तो दैट इज योर जॉब इज ओवर. बट अगर आप ये चाहे पूरी दुनिया को करना चाहें, तो यू विल बी अंडर स्ट्रेस, यू कैन नॉट मेक अ डिफरेंस. सो यू हैव टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम वन, एंड दिस इज ऑल मल्टीपल. 1 से 2 से 4 से 8 इस तरह से आगे बढ़ता है. तो माय व्यूज राजीव, व्हाट आई फील कि इस एज के बच्चों को जो फाउंडेशन होते हैं, उन्हें अगर कोई भी चीज सिखाया जाता है, वो सारी जिंदगी के लिए रहती है. चाहे उन्हें हम बचपन में माँ बाप सिखाते हैं, जो इनके प्री प्राइमरी के टीचर सिखाते हैं, उसका बहुत बड़ा रोल है बच्चों की लाइफ में, बहुत बड़ा रोल है बच्चों की लाइफ में. और मैं तो ये चाहता हूँ कि इस तरह के प्रोग्राम से, और जो माता पिता जो सब साथ देते हैं, इतने सारे पेरेंट हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, दैट मेक्स ए डिफरेंस. और मुझे इतना अच्छा लगता है कि संगीता मैम वहां से जुड़ी हुई, रेशमा मैम ने अभी 2 दिन का सेशन लिया था, ये लोग जुड़े हुए हैं, देविका मैम इज देयर, वृद्धि इज देयर, एंड हु एल्स, रोनी इज देयर फ्रॉम देयर. सो सबकी बात सुनने के बाद कहीं तो फर्क पड़ता है. और अगर ये फर्क, हम जैसे लोग जो एजुकेशन के फील्ड में 3 दशक से 30 साल से जुड़े हुए हैं, अगर हम इन्हें प्रभावित नहीं कर पाए, इन बच्चों पे हम अपनी छाप नहीं छोड़ पाए, बिकॉज ये तो रॉ मटेरियल है, ये कच्ची मिट्टी, इस पे आप जैसा छाप छोड़ेंगे वो वैसा ही बन जाएगा. और आज की डेट में एनवायरनमेंट से बड़ा कोई भी खतरा नहीं. दो महीने में बहुत सारा चेंजेस आ गया, लेकिन अभी बहुत सारी चीजों की जरूरत है. वी हैव बीन इन असम फॉर सो मेनी इयर्स, लेकिन आपने भी देखा होगा सड़क के किनारे पेड़ थे, अंदर के सारे कट गए फॉरेस्ट एरियाज में. सो डिफॉरेस्टेशन इज देयर, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर. तो एक कहीं ना कहीं एक जनरेशन, जो हमारा उत्तरदायित्व है एज ए टीचर, एज ए सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया, तो हम कह नहीं सकते, आजकल तो हम लोग ग्लोबल सिटीजन है, पूरी दुनिया हमारी है. तो कहीं ना कहीं, क्योंकि आप कहीं भी बैठ के, आज यहाँ बैठ के ताइवान से लेकर अर्जेंटीना से लेकर सब जगह हम बात कर पा रहे हैं, तो ग्लोबल सिटीजन हो गए. तो हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सिर्फ हमारे आसपास नहीं, पूरी दुनिया की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. अगर खतरा है तो पूरी दुनिया को खतरा है, ये नहीं कि मेरे पास खतरा है आपके पास खतरा नहीं है. तो इन पेरेंट्स को जोड़ना और ये समझाना कि हम जिन बच्चों में आज ये इनकलकेट कर रहे हैं वो सारी जिंदगी रहने वाली है, और इन छोटे बच्चों से कम 10 पीढ़ी आगे वो अपने आप निकल जाता है, क्योंकि वो इम्बाइव हो जाता है उसके अंदर. मेरा यही कहना था. आई थिंक राजीव, ओवर टू यू.
Okay, JK, nice hearing you. I know that you are a very good speaker और बहुत अच्छे से आप हमें समझा लेते हो.
नहीं.
Just because I'm tempted to speak about a little thing, share a little story, just because we have a guest from Guwahati, Sangeeta ma'am, and Reshma ma'am mentioned something about
Yes.
running an online campaign. So, Ronnie, do you understand Hindi? Okay. I'll tell you something. This environment online, this started actually in Assam 20 years back at Assam Valley School.
Yes.
So this year we also celebrating 20 years of it. And remember, those were the days when the internet was not heard of. I think Reshma ma'am was saying something about running an online campaign, and she was thinking how to do it. 20 years back, we were a privileged school. It's a huge boarding school, but we did not have internet connection. In fact, one of our tea garden facilities had a VSAT connection, 32 kbps, and paid a huge amount of it. So one email landed from Finland to headmaster. Headmaster was from UK, United Kingdom, and he was very interested in the IT kind of things. So, and those were the days we also got internet connection because our company was a moneyed company, and they put some internet connection in the school, 32 kbps. So internet was rationed to the students. They will have 15-minute slot once a week. They will come to the computer lab, dash off their email offline, will cut and paste and send through school email IDs. And after 1 week or 10 days, when their parents could access it, or somebody who they send the mail to access it, they will send it back, will print it out, or put in an inbox outside the headmaster's office. So those were the days. So one day headmaster came, an email was received from Finland. There's a music teacher who wanted to do something online, some sort of thing. And he said, let us do it. I said, yes, I'll do it, because we're already interested. And you see, 20 years down the line, now we are working 157 countries. There are more than 10,000 schools. I myself must have planted more than 10,000 trees in more than 100 countries. So as JK said, it is every small thing matters. Even a small thought gets into your head and makes a spark, you can do wonders in the world. You don't have to wait for big things to happen. It has to happen within you, and then only can carry forward. So JK reminded me all those days when we were in Assam, and it's, you know, how beautiful a place we already miss it. And we took that challenge. And I remember when the internet connection in the school will not work, we'll travel almost 20 kilometers down to the tea gardens internet office just to dash off an email. And the first gift, NO received was from United Nations. They gave us some funding to NO, and they sent us a web camera all the way from Finland, 1,200 rupees web camera, and the postage must have cost around 2,000 rupees around that time. And even then, we had a session, we connected with a different school. I still have that screenshot of just like we're having a Zoom meeting now. It was so patchy. You say something, and after half an hour, it gets delivered. So from those days to now, when you can just pick up a handset and join any meeting, Zoom meeting, any part of the world. So it's very nice experience. So that is to the parents also, never feel anything is small. You have to believe in it, and then you have to carry it forward. So now I will bring on panel Ayushi. She is in waiting. Ayushi, can you hear me? Ayushi?
Ayushi, I'll unmute her. Just a minute. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
Hello.
unmuted.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, she's there, and she's purposely wearing green. I know. So IUC, IUC is Miss Teen Universe Asia, as I told you, and she is good educator. She has done a lot of work as a profile suggests, and we know her. So I will request, maybe she'll have to repeat some of the things that she said because they were very good in the sessions before that. But you also share the work that you have done within Vadodara also, and
Right.
target the parents because they will be leading the kids because they are very small. So your targets are parents, real targets.
Pre-primary parents,
Okay.
30 plus.
Okay. All right. Well, good afternoon to one and all present over here. And firstly, I would really like to thank Rajiv sir and Brookfield International School for having me here. Um, it really feels so good to see every one of you after such a long time. I still remember the last we met was during the Miss Teen International pageant, and after that we are meeting on a Zoom meeting that too for the
Yes.
account of Environment Day. So it has been a long time, and it really feels good. I was just hearing to all these speakers who have spoken till now, and I really don't feel the need to say anything because all of them have really covered all the points. And well, there is nothing much to say to the parents because even I am a school going girl. I'm studying in my 12th grade, and I've always seen that my every parent always tries to inculcate those values in their children so that it not only helps them for building their own future, but also they are able to contribute in the some or the other way. I continue to what Vriddhi and Devika they said about we have to change it into habit and we need to actually start working because it's not about working on one single day. It's about repetitive changes that we need to make in order to bring about a change, because I firmly believe that if we don't start bringing about a change right now, then the question that we are facing of conservation of the environment, it will no it will be there won't be much time when it will change into the question of survival. So the very much survival of human race would be questioned and our existence could be in danger. So it's better we start working right now. And I think the situation for everyone right now is not good, but if we take it in a very positive way and if we take it in a favorable way, that it the situation can help us realize the very importance of our mother nature, how important it is to keep it safe and embrace it, because if we don't reciprocate, then mother nature will surely revert back in its own ways. So in this lockdown, even I came to know how important it is to preserve our mother nature. So just sharing one experience, and this is what my parents helped me to do. So I realized this. So I live in a flat, and we have a common society garden downstairs. So before the lockdown started, we had the gardener coming in and he used to water the plants every day. But since the lockdown started, nobody was allowed. It was us who had to take changes every now and then, who will go down and water the plants. So everybody in the flats decided that none of the adults will do the watering of the plants, but it will be the children who will go down and do it. So every day we children used to take turns and start watering the plants. The initial stages we used to feel like a कौन सुबह उठ के जाके पानी डाल के आएगा, but gradually we started enjoying it, and it actually made us realize that जैसे हमें खाने की जरूरत पड़ती है, हमें पानी पीने की जरूरत पड़ती है, and after having those essentials, we feel very much energized. Similarly, just by watering plants for around 10 to 15 minutes in a day, a lot of difference can be made. And we all were able to realize just because our parents uh, pushed us to do that. So the parents have the ability and they have the power. They can be the one who can influence and perceive, rather they persuade their children to do so. So I definitely agree with all the speakers who have said that the parents should actually try to inculcate small habits in their children, be it as simple as possible, even of turning off the tap while brushing or using lesser water, using the resources judicially, because that can really make a difference. And as I think Sir told about, whatever small children do it in this phase of life, it really plays a very big major role, and it really impacts their life, because they are the future of our country and they are the future generation. So once they start understanding the need of the hour and they start taking everything seriously, then automatically we will see changes. So, and talking about what we did in my city, so I have been I'm a very strong believer of karma. So I've always believed in giving back to the society in the smallest way possible. So me and my club, we started planting trees with the help of some rural schools in and around our city, and we did tree plantation drives. And it was just not about going and planting a sapling in that tree or ho gaya ki humne jaake plant kar diya. It's also about spreading awareness about how important it is to plant one single tree, or even to just spread awareness to the school children about why is it necessary to take care of our environment. Because it's just not about going and planting a sapling, but it's more than that. It's about understanding the need and why that is necessary. So I think that's all that we can do. And since it's being the environment day, then I would definitely want that the parents encourage and motivate the children to give back to the environment in the smallest way possible, and that would be of great help. So yes, thank you so much. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayushi. Thank you so much. JK sir. Mr. JK. Okay, before JK comes in, I would just like to repeat that in the morning sessions, we told that all our guests will be planting today. And because they cannot be physically at this school, so they will have a tree buddy. Since the students are not attending a school, sooner they will get it. But they did plant, and all these plantings go on a app called Envirate. Means every single plant that is planted is recorded on an app called Envirate. I'll show you the screenshot if you can. If you can.
I did it. I have shared with you also.
Yeah. I'm just showing. I can see the trees that has been planted by today. It records the location of the plant and the variety of the plant, and it stays on the map, so we can track how many trees have been planted. So thank you, JK, and soon we will have trees planted for other guests also. They will be dedicated in your name, and you'll have to look after them.
Can Rajiv, can I announce the result of upper KG class?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so give me. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. And so I'll announce one class, then we'll continue our discussion. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you. So these are the consolation prizes for finger printing competition. I think you will love the three prizes. You see that how good they are. Grade is upper KG, kindergarten. Pahar Sachdeva, give a big round of applause to Pahar. And then Naksh Verma, Nistha Garg, Samar Khan, Rishika, Bikramjeet Singh, Gurjot Singh, Gurveer Singh, Harris Soni, Harjot Singh, Sachi Goyal, Tanishka, Yuvraj Singh Rai, Sargun Kaur, Adhya Dogra, Avneet Kaur, Harshil Rana, Kanvi Walia, Naira, Sahib Jot Singh, and see the second runner-up, the third position, Mannat. See the beauty, like how they have done it. This is really amazing. And Akshita Paul, first runner-up. See the creativity and their imagination. And see this first runner-up, Gracie Sharma. And winner is Bhavish Agarwal. See this, I care for my environment. So over to you, Rajiv. This was one class which I have shared it, left with the three class. So now you can continue, Rajiv.
Okay. I would like to bring Ronnie back into the discussion. Ronnie?
Yeah.
Ronnie.
Yeah. And I'll mention one thing about Ronnie. He comes from the state of Kerala, which is another, it says it's God's own land, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving away from Taiwan, I'll ask Ronnie to, because we have been to, I have been to Assam and I have been to Kerala also, but for the benefit of parents, can you share some of the things that you have done in Kerala? But the environment is so well preserved, the people are conscious, and it's really very safe and very pleasurable experience to be there. So, and I know that you work over there as well. You have done a lot of things in Kerala as well. Can you share that, please?
I think the advantage in Kerala, as I told you, is education makes a difference. If you educate the people the importance of taking care of the nature, it works actually. So, but I'm as a Keralite from Kerala, most of us we are actually not happy about the nature even in Kerala because of the encroachment of the land, and people are like they have this problem about the forest land and encroaching the land for their building resource and everything. But we are in a certain way happy that there are a lot of local community people are there. They're doing a very good work. They do planting trees in a local area, and there are different groups. They work with like the central government and the state government, and they're planting trees. And they have a lot of projects with the students. There was a project done by the Kerala State, the Education Department, is called Adopt a Tree. So every student need to adopt one tree, like a fruit tree, a local fruit tree. And they say if they don't have a land, they will give you a land, and you plant it, and you need to go to water the plant tree every day. So they have a kind of really good project, and there's also the medicinal plant body, the Ayush. They work together, central government, state government, and they encourage people to plant more trees. And there was a project to every house supposed to be a one neem tree. I had a project 3 or 4 years ago. So my mom actually bought one, and he planted it, and I was like, "You already have two," and she's like, "It's just an extra one, so just always be fine." So the people, most of the people, they like the idea, and they knew it. We need to preserve the nature, but we have a lot of things to improve. That sometimes like an Indian wave or sub chalta hai. So they have a kind of problem is there, like it's fine. But we need to, and I feel that it's the younger kids, that the kids from the kindergarten to elementary school, they are the one who will tell you straight that how stupid it is. And they will tell you straight, please, this is it. But sometimes we will say, you don't know how the world works. And we will try to discourage him. But I think it's the time we need to start listening to this younger generation and to work with them. And we need to say no when we need to say no. And I think that's the best way to solve it. Sometimes we will say, it's fine, and then we skip it. But we need to start saying no. And I knew when I was like a 10 or a younger time, if I compare now, the city is expanding and they're cutting the trees for development. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with development, but we need to take care of the nature. We need to make sure. That's a good one example I want to tell you from Taiwan. They won't cut down any trees here for development. They just replant it. That's the beauty of here. I never seen the cutting down a single plant in the name of development. What they will do, they just bring a big crane, unearth it, and put it somewhere else. And those are the things we can do it. It's not like we can do it. The only thing we just need to yes, and we can. but we say, okay, we try to make an excuses and we try to run out, and there's cost effectiveness, and then we make a lot of other excuses, and then we move on. This moving on without the proper basics is a problem. We need to make nature as a priority. Otherwise, we're gonna have a lot of natural calamities and everything will come. So if you ask a guy from Kerala, they will tell you the temperature is rising up. So we have been facing floods for the last 2 years, and we knew exactly what the problem is that, and we need to solve it. If we don't solve it, it's a trouble. There's nothing for the next generation. The diversity is dying off in Kerala, I'll tell you the truth. Because you started to see the same trees, there used to be huge diversity in Kerala, the plants, and those are now missing. But as I told you, education is most important. We need to educate, make sure we educate our younger generation, like kindergarten kids and elementary kids, how to think, not what to think. We will make some educators like me. Sometimes what I try to, even I do it accidentally. I will try to make what to think, but we need to say how to think, and then we help with them. So that's what I found in Kerala. The education makes the difference, biggest difference. That's the most important thing in Kerala.
I know. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, Ronnie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, thank you so much for your perspective, and you hit the right spot. Actually, what happens, we are such a diverse country that we have all the diversity and all sorts of capacities, but unfortunately, mostly the wrong things get presented. For instance, now we know Kerala only for one reason, and you might have heard in Taiwan as well. An elephant has been killed brutally, and that's the only news that comes from Kerala. Same happens with the states that are far off, like Assam. So as people, we need to be more connected, and learn from each other. Otherwise, as you said, we are going to have serious troubles, and very soon.
Can I get into the? Can I get one point to you?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know this issue with the elephant? Actually, when I was in India, I used to work with the wildlife, and I experienced this. Mostly, what they do, for farmers, they try to find an easy way. Okay, so what is the easy way? They are encroaching the forest land, and I will tell you, all the political party, they agree with them. ABC, everyone agreed this forest encroachment, and they will actually find what is the best way. Can I put an electric fence? No, that's more expensive thing. So what should I do? Snare. They will put this kind of explosive snares in pineapple or something, and they will keep it there. And actually, mostly they do it to catch, the wild pigs or wild boars. And the reason they're putting the explosive, so they can eat the meat. They won't poison them. And that's a trick. They don't put a poison, they actually put explosive, so their head will explode, and then they can eat the body. That's like wild pig. Unfortunately, actually, elephants are smart. I don't know what happened to this elephant. I think she's really hungry. And this is not the first case, actually. Unfortunately, there are 2 cases happened in Kerala in the last 2 months. This is not the first case. Actually, there was another case happened, and I don't know why the media didn't report that time. And this is a very bad, because the farmers find very easy, and it is a very medieval way of trapping animals. And we need to tell the educated farmers this is a wrong way. Okay, you can't try this way. This is a really way. Yeah, for their point, they say, they're coming to our land, destroy our crops. Yes, but we need to tell them, this is a time And I tell you, mea culpa, it's my fault too. I think it's my fault, and it's a lot of people's fault that we need to also give the protection to the local farmers and also to educate them that this is not the right way to use it, because this is not the right signal we are sending out of India or Kerala to the people around the world. Okay, if one small incident can become, the kind of bad image to the whole, the whole thing. So we need to be responsible. And I'm not here to blame anyone, but I think I am part of the blame too. I think I have a responsibility to educate those farmers and also educate those people. This is a wrong to encroach the forest land. Forest is for the animals, and we need to give the space for them. If they don't have a space, they're gonna come to your land because they need something to eat. So we need to, we don't destroy their habitat. And as I told you, I think it's all about education. We need to start educating the people from the kindergarten itself to the elementary school to say no, it's no. There is no compromise. When say no, no. So I'm sorry for that. Okay. Really sorry.
Ronnie, thank you very much. It wasn't about the details of the event, but I was just mentioning that maybe we need to be more publicly conscious as general population to know the exact points, exact things that we can do and share with each other. Because after all, we have one geographical location, and everything that we do counts at all places, not just in our own place. So thank you so much. I think we have Pavni. She has just joined in. Pavni, can you hear me?
I'll check,
Hello?
Rajiv.
Yeah.
Pavni,
Yeah.
I think Pavni
Yeah,
is
I'm
there
here.
now.
I'm here.
Okay. Yes, he is here.
Have you finished your exam?
So-
You are going to pass?
Yes, I just finished my exam.
Okay, good. Welcome. Pavni is there from Missouri, and she has just finished the exam. And
Okay.
yes, over to Rajiv.
So Pavni, because we are almost at the end of the session, but thank you that you are here. Just for the benefit of audience, she is all of 14 years old, and since the age of 6, she has been actively involved with all our activities with the environment. She has interacted with president, prime ministers, planted with them. She does seminars with beauty pageants, and God knows what. She also spends a lot of time on Instagram, Facebook, all sorts of things that kid would do. She was also a speaker at World Circular Economy Forum in Finland. She was the only kid speaking over there, and this conference had gathered the most big companies around the world, the most powerful people from all over the world on circular economy, and she was one of the public speakers over there. So I think she would like to she would like to sorry, my connection got cut off. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear.
Yeah.
We can hear.
So Pavni, without waiting, please pass on your message. We have very small kids, so maybe you have to talk to the parents and what they can do for these small kids, how they can involve with them.
The background
So
memory.
as they grow up, they also help us do what we intend to do.
So, taking from my example, I feel that Mama has been really very supportive of whatever I did and whatever I keep doing. And I think that's very essential in today's world because we always look for support in our family first. And talking about environment becomes a big deal because environment we are only always relating it to nature. But today we need to understand that environment is also about the home environment. And I think bonding is the best thing you can do. And that's how it will create a positive image in children's mind. And that's how they can work towards outside. If they start working inside first, that's how they gradually will do things for the outer world. and support comes first. So that's what I would like to say.
Oh, thank you so much.
Rajiv,
That's a new
Rajiv, can I
perspective.
announce the
Yeah.
Rajiv, can I announce the result of one of the class, please?
Yes, yeah, please.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you very much. I'm sharing my screen. Can you see that?
Yes, we can.
Yes, just a minute. Consolation prizes for fingerprinting competition, grade lower KG. Yuvan Tayal, Hazel Arora, Arya Kalia, Atharv Sharma, Japman Kaur Arora, Kanish Dhiman, Prabh Kirat Singh, Rayanshika Kohli, Sanya Malhotra, Rabnoor Singh, Devroop Singh, Harman Singh, Kuhu Arora, Taranpreet Kaur, Avnika, Gunika, Harsimrat Jot Kaur, Tejasvi Kapoor, Jasmeet Singh, Seva Chigal, Harsej Singh. See the second runner-up, Earth Day. This is a fingerprinting. And Arshita Sachdeva. Now you can see what a lovely, picture. And winner is this is all. Now I'm moving to nursery. Saying consolation prizes are there for everyone. Those who are there on the screen just now. Vanya Goyal, Shivan Agarwal, Manveer Kaur, Har Sahbaj Singh, Damanjeet Singh, Tahira Sharma, Anandi Agarwal, Jasjeet Kaur Arora, Gatik Arora, Rayan Sharma, Hazel, Ayan Singh Minhas, Ridhima Kohli, Manreet Kaur, Gurfateh Singh Mavi, RV Rathor, Bhumi Rathor, Divam Bansal, Hetwik Bansal, and second runner-up is Heman Verma, and first runner-up is Rehan Thakur, and winner is Namish Bansal. And this is 2+, that is pre-nursery, Harsirat Kaur, Devanshi Paul, Reyansh Thakur, Shivay Singla, Ravgur Kaur, Anhad Preet Kaur, Kurdha Sharma, Hardik Shukla, Pavan Kaur, Kavnoor Kaur, Shivnaya, Tavnaya Shukla, Palvit Puri, Gursimran Kaur, Vansh Dhiman, Anshit Sharma, Naksh Tayal, and Naksh Tayal is a second runner-up, and Mansirat Kaur is a first runner-up, Savarth for me, and Devid Singh is a winner. So congratulations to all the winners, and I'm going to write a letter to all of you how to collect your prizes from school. आपको कैसे आकर के स्कूल से प्राइज कलेक्ट करने हैं, उसके लिए मैं आप सबको लेटर लिखूंगा. Now, thank you very much, Rajiv. Over to you now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, JK. Thank you so much. Lovely drawings by very small kids. And I think we are almost near the end of our session. And I think we should get into the question answer session.
अब क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन के लिए मुझे लगता है कि पेरेंट्स से ही हो पाएंगे. मैं पेरेंट्स से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि किसी को कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछना हो तो आप you just raise your hand so that you know I can unmute you.
Yeah, I will. What I'll do, I will get back to all our guest interactors, and they will get around a minute's time to wrap up the
Fine.
thought on today's interaction and any concluding messages the parents can take home and they can follow up in live. Simple, practical enough. So,
You
starting with
start from
Reshma
one.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Reshma ma'am.
I'm
Reshma ma'am.
unmuting her. Yeah. She is there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
Ma'am is there.
Thank you, Rajiv.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, it's been a very enlightening session, and especially the interaction with the guests, the kind of work that you're doing. I think as educators, yes, we have to be aware of our responsibility first to educate society in general. Just a couple of points that I wanted to point out regarding the daily habits that we spoke about. So I've just scribbled the notes here. First thing is, I think for 2000 years, more than 2000 years, हम लोग nature से, earth से ले रहे थे. And it is time for us to give it back. And how do we do this? अगर हम छोटे छोटे बच्चों से बात करेंगे, उनके सामने हम अच्छे अच्छे हैबिट्स दिखाएंगे तो होगा. सबसे पहले कैसे? Little things. For example, let them play in the natural light. Let them play with natural objects. Plastic toys ठीक है, safe है, child friendly है, but कभी कभी बाहर भी खेलना चाहिए. बाहर थोड़ा डर्टी हो जाना चाहिए कपड़े, कोई बात नहीं. आपको याद होगा वो जो सर्फ या कोई डिटर्जेंट का ऐड है कि इट्स गुड टू गेट डर्टी. इट्स एक्चुअली गुड. इट विल बिल्ड योर इम्यूनिटी एंड इट विल गेट यू क्लोजर टू नेचर. तो बाहर जाने से बच्चों को मत रोकिए. अभी नहीं, जब टाइम नॉर्मल होगा तो उनको खेलने दीजिए बाहर. लेट देम गेट इन टच विथ नेचर. यू नो, स्मॉल चिल्ड्रन, वो लोग कभी कभी चींटे का एक लाइन होता है, हम लोग भी देखते थे. लेट देम सी व्हाट्स हैपनिंग. लेट देम लर्न अबाउट द एंट कॉलोनी ऑन देयर ओन. आई थिंक एज पेरेंट आप लोगों को भी, you yourself have so much common knowledge about the insects and the plants around you. You know, वो लोग caterpillar देख के डर जाते हैं, but show them कि कैटरपिलर का नेक्स्ट स्टेज क्या है, कितना सुंदर है, कितना सुंदर सा तितली बन जाते हैं. सो घर में भी हम लॉकडाउन के टाइम में भी हम कर सकते हैं ऐसे छोटे छोटे. मेक देम ऑब्जर्व. यू नो, वो हम, दिस इज द पॉइंट आई वांट टू से, कि बच्चों को आप सिखा दे कि ये देखो कितना अच्छा एक इंसेक्ट आके बैठा है हमारे विंडो पे, या कितनी अच्छी एक बर्ड आके बैठी है. दूसरा बात है, आई थिंक विच आयुषी had also suggested, which is, you know, give them something to take care of. This is very important. And they are small kids, उन लोगों का अभी एक सेंस आएगा धीरे धीरे. आई थिंक 4+ is the appropriate age. छोटा सा कुछ दे दीजिए कि आप इसका ख्याल रखो. कोई पुदीना का कोई आप रखोगे तो प्लांट, या एनीथिंग जिसमें ज्यादा एफर्ट ना लगे, और जो देख के बच्चा डिसहार्टन ना हो कि मर गया. तो पत्ता वाला कोई, if you get some, you know, leafy plants which will survive in our weather, please get them to take care. Next is, like I said, sunlight में they need the vitamin D. A pleasant weather जब होगा तब खेलने दीजिए. बाइसाइकिल का आप जरूर हैबिट कराइए, सिखाइए बाइसाइकिल चलाना. बहुत बच्चों को नहीं आता है. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. लेटर ऑन इट विल हेल्प देम. एसी का हैबिट, you know, we have also got this habit कि बहुत गर्मी है, एसी चाहिए. I'm not saying कि, you know, we should let them suffer. जितना हो सके, there are other ways of cooling off, वो भी हम लोग सिखा सकते हैं. बचपन से जो आदत होगी वही रहेगा, तो उसका आप ख्याल रख सकते हैं. आपका बिल भी बचेगा और कम होगा, और बच्चों का भी जो टॉलरेंस लेवल होता है वो भी अच्छा होगा. दूसरा है वेरी स्मॉल थिंग्स, लाइक जब हम दिवाली के लिए चीज खरीदते हैं, होली के लिए, क्रिसमस के लिए, तो एज पेरेंट्स हम ही तो खरीद के देंगे बच्चों को. मे बी वी कैन टेल देम कि बेटा ये कलर नहीं, ये कलर लेंगे क्योंकि इसमें ये नहीं है, हार्मफुल इंग्रेडिएंट्स नहीं है. दिवाली का क्रैकर्स जो है, यू नो, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स यू वांट टू बाय, शुड वी बाय और नॉट, किसका नुकसान होगा ये करने से, किसका फायदा होगा. छोटे छोटे चीज हम सिखा सकते हैं अपने एक्शन से. छोटे चीज. द लास्ट थिंग विच आई वांटेड टू टॉक अबाउट व्हेन वी टेक चिल्ड्रन इज, वो लोग स्ट्रॉ लेके या ऐसे कुछ चीज लेके जूस पीना पसंद करते हैं, maybe we can say when they're slightly older कि straw का जरूरत ही क्या है, वो तो प्लास्टिक से बनेगा या पेपर लगेगा. Let them use their own hands, let them sip the juice. छोटे छोटे very small things, अभी जैसे these little like erasers, colors, अगर हो सके तो let one set be enough. Let them use it till it is time to replace. ये नहीं कि एक है उसका ऊपर दूसरा उसका ऊपर दूसरा. Is it small things I think will go a long way. So this is my best wish and this is my hope that I think we'll be raising a generation that will be more conscious and more responsible for the environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Reshma ma'am. Thank you so much. Very practical advice. I will now go to Ayushi because I think she has got another session at 5 o'clock. So Ayushi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm unmuting her. Yeah.
1 minute. 1 minute. All your summary of your all thoughts.
Right, sir. Firstly, I would really like to thank again to sir and the school for having me. And it was an amazing session to be able to interact with all the guest speakers and at the same time listen to their views and their experiences, what they have been doing till now and what are their advices to the children and to the parents. As I said during my speech, that I would really want that it's the parents who have always thought for the betterment of the children, and they are the ones who can really inculcate these values of giving back to the society and looking after our environment. So parents play a very major role, and if they start making an effort from this age, then I'm sure we could see a lot of changes once they grow up. So let's just come together and not only educate the children, but also the parents, the teachers, the school, and each and every human being, each and every individual, because the earth is the only thing that we all have in common. And it is not charity that we are doing, but it is our moral responsibility as a citizen to look after it. So keeping in the things that we have discussed so far and heard so far, let's just come together and make this environment a better place to live. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayushi. And now you're permitted to leave only
you.
until you're called back again. Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
nice having you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayushi, for being here. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much,
I'll
sir.
move on
Same
to
place.
I will move on to Devika now. Devika, yeah.
Sir, lastly, thank you for the wonderful session. It was very enriching because this was the day wherein we were supposed to go out and celebrate environment in general, but we just could not. But given the scenario and given the situation we are in, it was yet again one enriching experience. It feels like I have met all of you and I have interacted with all of you and discussed about the environment. But nevertheless, thank you for the opportunity. The one thing which I would like to sum up the entire process and the entire group of thoughts which I've collected from this conversation with you all is that come. I would just say one day would not make a significant effort to come and discuss the challenges which we are facing for the protection of the environment. It's just that small steps taken right now and the right direction will give us the environment we want for our children to grow in. And if we will take the necessary steps today, you as teachers are inculcating great thoughts in the students, parents are taking active participation. I think coming us like all small things, be from students and from the family. Like Ayushi said, it is not just about the environment we're living in. It is about the environment we grow, the upbringing we get. So it is just the basic education about the environment is required, because as students, as young generation of the grade 1, grade 2, it would be very difficult for them to plant trees. But yes, they can accompany their parents. I mean, on special occasions, rather than gifting them toys, you should take your kid along and plant a sapling. Because small steps, and you can name the sapling on your kid's name, and when they will grow up, they'll feel proud. So these small steps will make us achieve and will help us garner the, I will not say lucrative terms, but yes, something which we all would be proud of. Small steps are required, sir. I think small steps will make great efforts, and it will take great efforts, and it will give us what we want.
Thank you, Devika. Thank you so much. Move on to
Most welcome.
Vriddhi
Pleasure,
now.
sir.
Vriddhi, your minute.
I guess everybody has, they have already summed up whatever we have taken from this conversation, from this workshop. At the end, first of all, I would like to thank you and the school authorities for inviting me here. And the last thing that I would say, adding up to all the speakers, that we should inculcate the practice of coexistence, because that is something that is, I guess, which is the need of the hour, as we discussed the Kerala incident, and there are many others. So not only talking about the environment in terms of flora, but also flora, fauna, both. So we should definitely practice coexistence, which is like taking care of each another and all the living things that are there, be it plants or be it animals. Because as Ayushi said, that this world is the only place that we have in common, and we should definitely take care of it by small steps. And as the kids are small, and the parents are definitely gonna guide them through. So yeah, small kids, small steps, and I guess I'm sure that one day it'll be a better place to live in, and slowly and gradually we'll reach there.
Thank you, Vriddhi. Thank you so much. And Pavni, are you there?
Yes, sir. So,
Yeah. Do you
first
want
of
to
all,
add? Yeah. Go on.
So I would like to thank, even though I was late, I just got the glimpse of the speeches and the discussion. And to sum up, I would just say that parents need to teach their child to own their responsibilities well, and you'll see them one day, they'll wake up and they'll move so forward that they'll be miles, and you wouldn't even know where they've gone. So that's all I want.
Thank you. Sangeeta ma'am, yours would be the last few words for today.
It has really been a very enlightening session for me, and especially because I got to learn a lot of things from such beautiful people there. And what I can sum up the entire session, like whatever I have the takeaways which I can share with you all, is like definitely we need to change our lifestyle. Lifestyle is one thing which we need to focus on, because like after all this what we have gone through, what nature has done to the entire thing, entire human race, it is high time we change our lifestyle. And not only us, we also teach the children the difference between luxury and need, like ma'am has emphasized that thing, which is very practical in the current circumstances which we are going through. Secondly, is that conserving the from electricity, the things whatever we are using, and so that whatever we have, we are utilizing it to the best of our ability. At the same time, we are passing on to our next generation a better environment. And parents, on their part, they can lead by example. They can teach the children little small things which will make a big difference. And this is what me and my son has done today. We planted.
Wow. Great.
I've named it. He's going to take care of it, and this is what. But we have been doing this small things. We are teaching. I'm teaching him. So it's a duty of the parents. Like the responsibilities on the parents to actually guide the child. They are not. They will not be knowing all these things, but actually you should take up the responsibility and guide the child in the correct way. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for giving me this privilege to be a part of this wonderful meeting session today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rajiv, also.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sangeeta ma'am. It was wonderful to see you after a long time.
Thank you for the little plant, ma'am. And, can I have Ronnie for a minute? Ronnie?
Yeah. Just a minute. Yes, Ronnie is there.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can.
Okay. First, the ma'am, the Reshma ma'am said it. What she did is really good. I think I want to write it down and to practice. And also, to appreciate it. Thanks to all the parents. Parenting is not that easy. Then I do appreciate all the parents out there, and you came here to support us. It's a great move. That's the first initiation appreciated. And to the parents, uh, please encourage your students, like your kids' curiosity. Don't make them to hate learning. Make them to curious about the nature. And I knew basically I knew Indian parents are good teachers, and so appreciate your presence and to thanks to all of you guys. What you guys are doing is a great initiative. If anything from my side, please let me know. I would like to share my experience from Taiwan. We are lucky we have a lot of resources in Taiwan, and so we do things different way. But we can make it feasible in every way. We just need to figure out some other way around. And again, I tell you, to all the parents out there, thanks a lot. Appreciate you. Without you guys, this is not possible. And encourage your kids' curiosity. And all those pictures, the paintings I've seen, is great. It's very creative, and I will appreciate you. Maybe it's very hard for me to see from Taiwan. You will see Taiwanese kids maybe imitate someone, some other pictures, and make it look cute. But those pictures, what I see is a real creativity, and that's what we need, and the observation. So thanks to all the speakers, and especially to Reshma ma'am. I think she said a lot of things that a parent's supposed to take care of, encouraging the kids' curiosity, to go with them and play with the nature, get dirty. Those are important things. And thanks a lot again to Rajiv and to everyone out there. Hi from Taiwan, and thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ronnie. I, on behalf of everyone, thank all our speakers, the parents who have patiently listened to us for almost this 2 hour long session. I would leave my concluding remark with, yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? JK, can you hear me? JK? Can you hear me?
Hello, Rajiv, are you there?
Yes. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Rajiv.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying that in the concluding remarks, I would like to thank all the speakers, especially parents who have patiently heard us throughout this session, and they have very small kids with them. I would like to start with what Pavani said. Basically, what she meant, parents got to work on the inside of kids. Then only those things will come outside and spread out. Plant it in their heart, good thoughts, care, and concern from the very early child age. And then only when they grow up, all these good thoughts, good vibes, and the care that you show in their heart will automatically come out. So it was a very valid point. We need to work on the inside first, and that only grows when you grow up. So thank you very much. I will now hand over to JK for the concluding remarks and wrap up the session for today. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much, and thank you very much, Rajiv. Just now I got a message from my president. He was very much Mr. Manav Singla, Brookfield International School, and he sent a big thanks to you, Rajiv, and all the participants from different part of the country and the world, especially for Ronnie also, because he was there on the railway station and he had a interaction in the first session, and after taking class back to home and the third session he's there. So thank you very much, Ronnie, on the behalf of management and me and my staff, parents and students. And thank you very much from bottom of my heart, Reshma ma'am. Once again, I don't have words to appreciate. You are really dynamic person, and I'll have more session with you for my parents as well as for my students. So thank you very much, Reshma ma'am, for once again joining us. I'm highly obliged, and my very near and dear friend Sangeeta ma'am, you make a difference, and you know that. And nice to see you and hear your thought and for little sapling in your house by your son. I know that, and you make a difference, no doubt about it, ma'am. And I'm thankful to Pavni, my dear little baby. And then you were there in the first session before the exam. You are there in the third session after the exam. So thank you very much, Pavni. You are doing wonders, and the sky is the limit. You have to go beyond the sky. I'm proud of you, dear. And Devika, whenever I had a interaction with you, you are really awesome, awesome, and you are flawless. You know, talk to you on any topic is really honor for the audience, no doubt about it. Still, I remember, you know, when I had a photograph with you on the stairs. I was on the 3 stairs back because of your height. I think you can recall it. So thank you very much from bottom of my heart, Devika. That makes a big difference. And Vriddhi, you are really, really, really good, you know, and sparing so much time. I'm very, very thankful to you, and my management also send very big thanks to all of you, and you too, and my parent also. And now Ayushi, where is Ayushi?
He is left.
She left. Okay, I
Yeah,
said that
he had a
time.
session at 5 o'clock. Yeah.
And anyone else left? Any?
Not quite.
No, okay. And Rajiv, and my friend, guide, and philosopher, and very close to my heart. So thank you very much, Rajiv, that you have taken this initiative, and we are looking forward for more. And we'll be catching very soon. We will have more interaction, live interaction in the class. So Rajiv, thank you very much, dear, for taking, you know, pain, and I know that how we have done it within a week or less than a week, I think. So thank you very much, dear, and thank you very much, all of you. And with this, namaste to all, and thank you.